English rock artist Morrissey shot the video for his song Suedehead in tiny Fairmount, Indiana, of all places. But what was it that drew the outspoken star to such a faraway backwater? To answer that question, we must first examine the life and legacy of James Dean, a stalwart of American iconography. Continuing our video series on notable Hoosiers, we take up screen legend James Dean. Well known as his all-too-short cinema career, here we'll focus on lesser-known aspects: his humble beginnings in small-town Indiana, his influence on other actors and entertainers, and the circumstances surrounding his tragic death. Dean was born in Marion, Indiana, a medium-sized city along the Mississinawa River. Known regionally for its car manufacturing, it is located near an 1812 battle site. The United States forces were sent by William Henry Harrison to attack the Miami Indians. The only Hoosier president, from a state known for its vice presidents, Old Tippecanoe would die in office after a term of only 31 days. Marion is also known for being the site of one of the last lynchings in the United States. In 1930, 2 young blacks were lynched on the town square. The photo taken of the event became one of the most damning indictments ever of vigilante justice, being reprinted in many books and articles. Dean's family did not remain in Marion long. When James was young, his father gave up farming to become a dental technician and would later move the family to Santa Monica, California. After young Dean's mother tragically died, his father sent James, age 9, back to Indiana to live with his Quaker relatives. In his adopted hometown of Fairmount, Indiana, near Marion, James's high school activities included baseball, basketball, and drama. He also took part in public speaking competitions around the state. After graduation, Dean returned to California, where he enrolled at UCLA, dropping out after 1 semester to pursue acting full-time. After acting in commercials and on Broadway, Dean began his film career playing Cal Trask in the screen adaptation of John Steinbeck's East of Eden. The scene where Dean tries to give his father $5,000 but is rebuffed was improvised and is truly a heart-wrenching performance. One scene makes reference to the anti-German discrimination that flared during the World War I period. Next came Rebel Without a Cause, Dean's most widely remembered role, and one which made him a symbol of the troubles and excesses of youth. He starred opposite Natalie Wood, who, like Dean, would die an unnatural death. Her 1983 drowning at the age of 43 happened during a boating trip with her husband Robert Wagner, Christopher Walken, and director Dennis Davern. None of those present on the boat were prosecuted. However, the circumstances of the drowning of Natalie Wood raised many questions in the mind of skeptics. Dean's final film, Giant, marked a departure from disturbed youth roles. He played a Texas ranch hand who strikes it rich after discovering oil. Both Rebel Without a Cause and Giant were released after Dean died. Race car driving was a hobby James Dean enjoyed. On September 30th, 1955, Dean and some friends were driving to Salinas, California, where Dean planned to compete in a race. Dean, driving a 2-seater Porsche, struck another car that turned left in the oncoming lane. After the ensuing collision, James was pronounced dead at the scene, aged 24. Route 46 later became known in the region as the Highway of Death. A monument was erected to Dean about a half-mile from where he died, in the town of Jolame. Its striking modern look is in great contrast to the surprisingly simple and modest headstone that marks his burial in Fairmount, Indiana. Numerous actors and musicians have cited James Dean as an influence. His archetypical coolness left a strong impression on Elvis, David Bowie, Martin Sheen, Robert De Niro, and Nicolas Cage, among others. But in the celebrity world, Morrissey must take the prize for biggest fan of James Dean. In early 1988, Morrissey, pictured here with the Smiths, traveled to Fairmount, Indiana to shoot a video for the single Suedehead. In the video, Morrissey drives an old tractor, visits a diner, walks the streets of Fairmount, and reads a book in a nearby hay barn, where Dean's handprint is immortalized in cement. Included is footage of Morrissey walking inside and in front of Dean's now-shuttered school and holding vigil in Park Cemetery at Dean's grave. This intercontinental pilgrimage is not shocking, given that Morrissey claims to have watched Rebel Without a Cause at age 6. In 1983, prior to forming the Smiths, Morrissey wrote the book James Dean Is Not Dead, which currently goes for around $200. His rise from small-town America to the top of the film industry and his detached, almost mocking gravitas makes James Dean a legend, the embodiment of cool for all time. Let me know in the comments below what your experience was like in discovering James Dean. Are you as obsessed as Morrissey? If you liked the video, please click the thumbs up button and share it with your friends. It would really help as we continue to grow the channel. Here are 2 more videos I think you'll enjoy. Subscribe for more thought-provoking historical and biographical videos.